All right, guys, so Vanessa and I are working on the very front of the walkthrough, and as you can see here, we are, I got some camo netting on Amazon, and of course we have little Mina helping us. Hi, Mina. So we have some camo netting here, and I got this, it's supposed to be 6.5 feet long and 26 feet wide, but there's no way this is 6.5 feet because these walls are 7 and at the most it's 6. But anyway, we're putting up this camo netting in this area, and what we're going to do is I have another roll, so we're going to go back around and make it more lush. But that's what we're working on today. Also, for our niece Layla, we have a little scare zone in here, so it is completely camouflaged, and she can stand back there when people come in. She can jump out and give them a fright, if you will. So we don't know where Mina is. Tyrion's hanging out there, but we have no idea where she is. Oh, there she is. Boop. Boop. All right, guys. So Vanessa, myself, Tyrion, and Mina have finished the front part here of the walkthrough. So when they come in the door here, this is what they're going to come in and see. It's going to be a wall of the camo netting, and they'll just come in here like this, and here you go. We did run the second roll, the second 26-foot roll along the middle and then on the bottom too, so you can't see any of the black there. So yeah, this is looking pretty cool. Like I said, we got our niece's spot there. Not going to tell you guys what we're putting in here yet because it's kind of a surprise. It is the thing that I said a couple videos ago that I did a thing and I ordered something that I've been wanting for a while. That's going to go in here. The other thing that I think we're going to do in here too is probably going to add like some tree branches, like some thick tree branches, basically trying to make this area almost look like a forest, if you will. So that's kind of what we're doing in here. And overall, I think everything in here looks pretty good. All right, guys, quick walkthrough update. So the last couple of days, I have been in the walkthrough and I have been hanging what creepy cloth I have. So in this area here, I have creepy cloth on the walls here, and then down this hallway is where the chains are going to be. I did get the 2 cases of chains from Dollar Tree. They're in the garage, but I'm not going to hang them yet because I got to still move props in here. At the end of this hallway, I have some more creepy cloth here. I decided to go with a white and a green because the next area is the Jeepers Creepers area, which is kind of like I'll call it earthy. Haven't really done anything in here yet. This area here was originally going to be the start of the vampire area. However, we have decided to extend the Jeepers Creepers area back, and we're actually going to make this like more of like pumpkin monstery. So what's going to happen is we're going to try to fit our 7-foot pumpkin scorcher animatronic in here. I'm going to make a pumpkin monster prop, and what we're going to do is right behind the door here, we're going to put the animatronic that we got from Lowe's, the prop that has the jack-o'-lantern on his head and then it like shoots up, hoping to get a jump scare here. And then what we're going to do on the walls is I ordered some camo netting, but in a in like a fall, like beige leaves kind of pattern. So we're going to hang that all on here, and then right here is going to be the start of the vampires. And as you can see here, I hung creepy cloth up here as well. So all of this has creepy cloth on it. So that's kind of what I've been doing the last couple of days. I don't know if it looks good or not, but that's kind of what I've been doing. All All right, guys, so another project that I'm going to be working on this week is I'm going to be making a life-size prop for this guy here. When we were at Mall 1031, we saw this guy, and Vanessa just really thought this guy was awesome. So she ended up buying this whole outfit here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this gentleman here into this guy here. So just have to take off his clown stuff, and then we'll transform him into the Blood Harvest Pumpkin Monster, we'll call him. Alright guys, so I've actually had a couple of people ask me recently, how do I keep my props from blowing over? And I know that I've covered this on the channel a couple times before, but maybe if there's some new people here, this might be able to help. So what I do is, this right here is the pumpkin monster. I just made these feet out of wood, and I just kind of put, like, you know, looks like claws and stuff, whatever. But what I do is, I drill a hole in here, a burrow hole with a 7/8 inch spade bit. And what I do is I run a piece of 1/2 inch PVC, either 12 inches up, 15 inches up, doesn't really matter. The rebar that I use is about 2 feet. So what I'll do is I'll drive the rebar into the ground about 1 foot, and then I will slide the props right over top of the rebar. They do not move. We have had windy days. Now, we don't live in an area where there's massively, you know, horrific winds, but on windy days, these guys go nowhere. I've never had a prop blow over by doing this, this right here. All right, guys, so I did finish up I'm just gonna call this guy the Pumpkin Monster prop. He's okay. I still have to paint his feet, spray paint his feet orange. He's all right. I do like the chest plate and the hands. I wish the mask was a full face mask. It's actually a half mask, but you know, this guy's gonna be up against a wall in the walkthrough, so I don't know. I'm not really gonna make a big deal about it. You know, is this a Distortions Unlimited quality prop? Of course not. But you know, you put this thing in the walkthrough at night. It's, you know, creepy lighting. I think this guy would be pretty cool. All right, guys. Quick little walkthrough update. This is the room that is off of the Jeepers Creepers room. So what we did was we got some camo netting, but it's a little bit different than the one we have in the first room. This one's more of like leafy, so we have that on the walls. I think it looks okay. I only ordered a 16-foot long roll of this one because this isn't a very big room, and I pretty much got everything covered. You know, we plan to have the pumpkin scorcher there, so I don't really care about that. We're gonna have that jumping prop from Lowe's here, and then the pumpkin guy I just showed you guys is gonna be here, I think. So I'm not really too worried about, you know, it's okay. This is okay. It's nothing spectacular, but you know, I think it'll do. All right, guys. So we are going to be doing a small bit of configuration on this very last row here. As you can see, I've taken one of the panels down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bump out these panels a foot that way. And what that's going to do is that's going to give us more room in this last row here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a couple of the cloak skeletons on each side. So when people come around this corner here, they're just going to see the cloak skeletons, the cloak figures, and you know, I'm not sure, you know, if they're real or not. Also, since I'm undertaking this, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to flip this entranceway or this exitway around so that the bones and everything are facing the people as they are leaving. So I'll let you guys see what it looks like when I'm done here. All right, guys, so we expanded the last row here. As you can see, I have a foot, I built it a foot out, so that's going to give us an extra foot. I also, and I think I mentioned this before in another video, I did push this wall back. So now there's a nice little 4-foot cubby in here where somebody can basically just hide in here, and then as people are coming through here, they can just come out. As a matter of fact, I might actually kind of hang out back here and do that, but we're just going to have to see. But yeah, we have this now, and this row now is nice and wide. It's probably a good 5 feet. So we can have like a guy here, then we can have like maybe 3 or 4 of these guys in here, and then they can just kind of like snake through. And then behind this is going to be one of our scare actors. So I think this was a good idea to do this. All right, guys, nighttime walkthrough update. I did set up LEDs in the areas where we want to light the areas with LEDs, and then the rest of the walkthrough is just going to be lit with these flicker bulb lanterns that we bought and battery operated candles. So this is the first area here, and the lighting as far as color goes, we still don't know what we want to use yet, but this is going to be the first area. So it's pretty bright in here. But then what's great is as soon as you turn the corner, it is pitch freaking black, and that's exactly what we want. You can see here that this is the corner here, and then down here is the chain row. But we want this to be pitch black. So all this is going to be lit with is just lanterns, and this is going to be where the chains are. And then we're going to walk down here to the Jeepers Creepers area, and we will have an LED in this area here. So right now we have it on like an orange, so you can kind of see the skeletons, and then we'll have the creeper in the middle here. We were toying with the notion of probably going to make like in Jeepers Creepers 1 when he throws the bodies down the pipe, might have like a body like that laying in the corners here, or maybe like have hay bales on each side here and have the bodies laying on the hay bale. Not sure yet. And then you wrap it around here, and this is going to be the extended area where we're going to kind of have like the pumpkin monsters and stuff. And as you can see, it is pitch black in here. What we're going to do is I got to try to figure this out, but I want to hang off the walls jack-o'-lanterns, and then we're going to light them with bulb lights, flickering bulb lights, or flickering pods that we got from Amazon. We got a whole bunch of them, so I've got to figure out how to get those on the wall. And then we get to the vampire area here, and we're going to light all of this here with just candles and lanterns. So I think that's going to be really cool. In the corner here, we're talking about putting the animatronic, the Widow. We think that'll be pretty cool. And then you come around here, and we start getting into the back part here. And right now we just have a red light, but they're going to come around the corner, and right there in front of them is going to be the nun. And then we're talking about having some of our static vampire props all around here as well. Probably going to put like candles on the wall here, things like that, lanterns, just really have a creepy lighting other than like the LED. And then you get to the very last row, and we want this to be nothing but pitch black except for lanterns. So we're going to have a guy standing right here, one of the vampire props, and probably going to hang a lantern like right up in here. This little cubby here, I might just actually like hide in it and like jump out at people as they come around the corner. And then down this last row, you know, we've already mentioned it, we're going to have the cloaked figures down here, and going to have like a lantern in front of every one of them, so it just glows their faces. And then they leave right there through the door. Oh, by the way, I could not flip this around because I screwed it into the wall, and then over top of that put those wooden pickets into the Jeepers Creepers room, so it is what it is. But yeah, and that's it for the walkthrough right now. Next steps are just going to be adding the detail, and then playing around with the lighting and the rest of the lighting, the non-LED lighting, like the battery operated candles and lanterns. But yeah, that's where we're at for the walkthrough at this point.